up, y'all? Welcome to the Xpose Podcast. My name is Lauren.
And my name is Courtney.
And we are two girls, one dream. We seek to reveal. We've come to expose. Hi, Courtney.
Hi, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
Doing good. I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
Episode 1.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
The Xpose Podcast is finally here.
And I don't think the audience is ready for what we have.
I don't think they're ready for the amount of intellect that we're about to expose.
True.
I think a lot of people think that we're just surface level girls from Missouri. Just,
No,
not at all.
No, we're Midwest best right here.
Oh, I like that. Midwest best.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Let's sip to that.
Cheers to that. Yes, ma'am.
Midwest best.
But I feel like there's so many people that have been living in ignorance, right? And I think that's just because there's so many traditions that pass down silence. And I'm like,
that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Silence isn't going to get you anywhere. Silence is just as powerful as words, right? But whenever you're using that silence as a strategy of fear of speaking out or wanting to gain more knowledge, that's when it becomes the issue, right? And some people, it's not their fault. They simply don't know because they aren't aware. Like, it's okay to want to learn more. It's okay to talk about taboo conversations. Right. And that's why we're here.
That is exactly why we're here. I think also why we're here is to talk about those conversations that are uncomfortable. To talk about those subjects that are uncomfortable. To dive deeper into the conversations that are uncomfortable.
Exactly.
You know, there's a lot of conversations that people want to talk about that they don't want to talk about because they're scared they're going to offend somebody. Well, we're here to let you guys know we're not scared to offend.
No.
We're not going to offend, but we're not scared to tell the truth. The truth hurts sometimes.
It does.
And if it offends, then you might want to take a look at yourself, do an introspection.
Sometimes that's true, though.
It is.
Sometimes it is.
Because sometimes if it hurts too much, that means it's hitting hard for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned.
Reevaluate.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a bad thing because we all have to do introspections on ourselves.
That's true.
Every day, all the time, to make sure that we're becoming the best people that we can be for the world, for each other, for ourselves.
Most definitely.
So.
That's beautiful. And that just makes me think about relationships right there. Reevaluating stuff with your friends, yourself, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends. I feel like relationships are something that have become so distorted lately. So distorted and manipulated by social media, Hollywood films, and even just seeing other people in them on the street. So it's tricky. It's tricky to be in relationships nowadays.
That's actually our subject for today. Relationships.
Yes.
It's actually more deeper than it's I guess deeper than more deeper is not. It's deeper than just relationships. I think we are in a culture where, like you said, relationships have become so distorted. So today we're gonna dive into relationships and friendships and love and loyalty and how all of those kind of coexist into one, basically. So tell me a little bit about your ideal relationship. Like, how would you...
It's just funny because I feel like it's changed for me over time, as it should.
That's why I asked.
As it should. I remember... What was I, a freshman in high school, and my family had me write out this list.
The old list, boy, the list.
Write out the list of like what I wanted, and this was for a romantic relationship. Of course, there's other relationships, but specifically for this, it was romantic. And we hung it up. I remember they hung it up in the office. The things that were on there were just so picky. Like it was like basketball player. I'm not even into sports. Like I couldn't even tell you what was.
You're not into the sport.
The sports. I'm not into the sports. That's what I call it. I'm not into that. So I was like basketball player. I think it was like has to like Michael Jackson. Like petty things like that. But at that moment I was like, I'm set. Like this is what I want. I don't care. Like, but you know what's funny about that? I wrote all that down on the list, but I found myself not sticking to the list.
Because it wasn't true to you.
Because it wasn't true to me.
Woo!
And that's what I find so crazy. Like, a lot of us, even with friendships and stuff, we have this in our mind. They have to be like this. They got to go like this. But then we settle. right?
That's that word. That's that word.
Settle. Yes, ma'am.
And you know what? I think some part of the generations before us kind of taught us to do that. And I say that in sometimes I feel bad just being a single woman myself. Sometimes I start to feel bad when I feel like I'm becoming too picky. So going on what you said, being picky is not a bad thing. No. Because you want what you want what you need. Yep. And normally you know what you need. Okay. You're just not willing to admit it. And so it comes out in wants. That's true. Okay. So for me, for instance, I would write down, because I did the same list thing. And it was the same for me. I wrote down what I thought I wanted. Exactly. And it changed because it wasn't true to me. Right. I wanted what I thought I wanted. So for me, when I wrote the list down, of course, it was very surface level things. Right. Excuse me. And in reality, when I rewrote it, getting older and after, been through a marriage and all that good jazz, I saw it change. Yeah. And so you have to, and I became more picky, but my picky changed from surface level picky to detailed picky. And it's not basketball player, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not soccer player, exactly, right. Gotta be 6'5", and it's not that. It's very I'm weak. On my list. Gotta be 7 foot, okay? Right. I'm trying to climb the tree. Gotta climb. Right. But so it went from the more surface level to more detailed, specific things to the things that I need. Right. I need him to be this. I need him to be this. I need him to be, you know what I'm saying? Instead of I want him to be this. I want him to be that, Because that need and want word, like people get it mistaken, It's like telling the kid comes up to you, Mommy, I want some candy. You want some candy, but you don't need the candy, so therefore no. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And if I say yes, it's because I'm allowing you to have permission for this. Yes. That's a want, you know what I'm saying? So we have to, I think as society, and like I said, generations before us, they kind of settled. Just looking at, people that I know that are older than me. Yeah. Not knocking them, because there's a lot of older people that have stayed together for a long time because they understand love and they understand what, makes it work. Yeah. But I feel like they've kind of made it to where they've let us know that it's okay to settle. It's not okay to settle. Yeah. It's not at all. You need to have that person that you need. Just from personal experience.
No, I agree. So along with what you were saying, I want to backtrack a little bit to the need and the want. So a lot of us, when it comes to the want, it's very physical attributes, right? Like I want someone with dark hair, with green eyes, blah, 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 blah. Right. So along with that, is it always bad to want that? Because I know people are like, it's all about the personality, but I believe if you're not attracted to them on some level.
Right. Exactly.
There's not going to be anything there. Right. I mean, I know it's not all about the physical, don't get me wrong. Right. But if I'm not at least a little bit physically attracted to you, I got to spend time with you. I got to want to look at, that sounds horrible, but I got to want to look at you. You know what I mean? So in that aspect, I feel like it's okay to be like, listen, this is what I'm attracted to. Definitely. And it's okay for me to be a little picky there. Definitely. Right? So... Definitely. Yeah, but I get what you're saying about the internal and the
there has to be both.
Yes.
That's the perfect balance. Yes. It can't be and this is where I go back to where I just personally in my life, I'm not gonna say I was taught, but it's kind of you kind of take the physical attributes and you lessen them because it's not all about it's not all about the physical because I mean it's not. It's not. But that's from personal experience, it is possible to wake up in the morning and look at your person and be like, you're ugly, I don't want you no more. It is possible. Because if you look at someone for just what they can give you as far as, even let's just chop it up sexually. Just if you look at the sexual, not gonna last. If you take sexual out and you just look at their intellect, not gonna last. Yeah. Because they're going to get tired of feeding you that. Yeah. Because that's what you're looking for in them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And vice versa. If somebody comes to me and says, I just like your intellect. I just like how you talk. Well, eventually, when we get together, Lauren's ghetto going to come out. My intellect not always gonna be like this.
Because we're constantly changing.
Exactly. We're consistently changing, which is good. We have to always change.
Humans change.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But if you're coming to me in my life for my intellect, you might as well scoot on out, baby, because
and that's just
y'all can hear it now. I mean, I can sound really intellectual, you know, and get real slang from the Midwest. So it's like, if you're coming to me for that, you know what I'm saying? If you're coming to me because of my looks, you got to find what's pretty and beautiful without the makeup and without the hair. Because, baby, when I take my wig off, I got Cleo braids.
You better say it.
So you got to like me with my baby hairs and my Cleo braids.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that's just the truth of it all.
You know? Like, that's just real.
No, it's true.
So it's like, you have to have that perfect blend of everything. And it's not going to be perfect. I hate to say the word perfect, but for you. Perfect for you.
There we go.
You know, like, you gotta have the intellect, gotta have the beauty or handsomeness or whatever, and you gotta have, you know what I'm saying, everything just comes together. So it's not one or the other. It's not, you know, what's beautiful to one person is not beautiful to another person, or vice. You know what I'm saying? They say one man's trash is another man's treasure.
No, and then like along with that, you don't have to think this person's like absolutely hot. Cause I believe attraction can grow.
It can definitely grow,
especially for me. If you're funny.
You're attracted to me.
Yes. Like, and again, if you're smart, we can have an intellectual conversation.
Exactly. Like, attraction is not just physical attraction.
No.
Honestly, in my opinion, physical attraction, I mean, like, intellectual attraction and like different types of attraction come before physical attraction, in my opinion. Because if you have that before physical attraction, then that's real.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Before you ever touch anybody, before you ever kiss anybody, have sex with anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you have that connection and that vibe before that.
And that's why a lot of people recommend building that friendship first, right? And that's something that a lot of people are not doing. You know, I can't even, there was times I didn't do it.
Girl.
I can't be a hypocrite. I'm not going to be a hypocrite to y'all at all. I'm going to speak it real. There are times where I just jumped into relationships because I was like, I find this person attractive. They made me laugh once. They said I'm cute. I got to be with them.
Gotta be.
I was like,
my
that's the one. Right. I'm going to marry that person right there. I said, they said I look cute today and I'm wearing my sweatpants. What? No one's ever said that to me before.
Okay,
that's the one. Like, I was like, that
Let's
is
say
my
again.
person.
That's the one.
Exactly.
Baby.
But it's just so funny how so many of us do that, and then we wonder, why didn't it last?
Yeah.
You know, like, why didn't it last? And I look back on some of my past relationships. Ooh, Lord bless them.
Pray.
Yes, I'm just like, Courtney, like, you really were so engulfed in this relationship based off of this feeling, and we've confused love with it being this feeling. And I've had to learn, love is not a feeling. Love is an action, right? Because I'm like, there's puppies that make me feel all ooey gooey inside. I ain't gotta go marry them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm like, there's gonna be times when you're in a relationship with someone and they tick you off. Relationship, friendship, they will tick you off. You will not want to speak to them. So you cannot be like, I don't love you anymore.
Right.
No, you gotta fight.
Love is a choice.
It's a choice. If you truly see potential with that person, love is fighting for that. Love's not, they made me feel butterflies this morning. That's great.
Right.
That's something that you want. That's something that I believe that you should have. You should have like the gooey feelings, whatever.
Right.
But it's so important to realize that you cannot base your whole relationship solely on a feeling.
Nope.
Because back to what we were saying, you change every day.
You can fall out of love with someone.
You can.
I hate to say that. I've heard it so many times. Once you love somebody, you always love them. No. I know myself. No. I literally have woken up and looked at my partner and I had no love for them. It was like, I don't love you no more. Like, and it's not like it was, obviously there's things over time that caused that. It's not just like I woke up one day, it's like, no. But over time, you know what I'm saying? If you don't truly, genuinely come to an agreement in your heart within yourself to say, I truly want to love this person, you know what I'm saying? And even if you do, sometimes it's just like, you can just fall out of love. So that's why coming back to that balance, it comes with a balance to make sure that you have what you want and you know what you're willing to spend my mom always used to say, you want to make sure that you can look at that person for the rest of your life. You want to make sure that you can love that person for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because people are not lovable all the time. They're not. True. And maturity is being able to love that person where they're at.
Ooh. Say that again.
Maturity is loving somebody where they're at. And that's, I think, one thing that our generation has not done.
Yes. It's because we expect perfection.
Boy.
For me, I will say I'm a perfectionist.
Me too.
Anyone that knows me knows I'm a perfectionist in every aspect of my life.
Me too.
So it just comes back to, I believe you said, Nipsey Hussle quoted this, right?
Yes.
You can't put your expectations of me on me. Yes. And we do that a lot in relationships. Like, oh, I expect you to be doing this, and that. I expect you to be happy today and loving on me like this. If you're not communicating this all the time to them, you cannot expect someone to be a mind reader.
No.
And in the same way, even if you expect something of someone, if you know that that's not who they are when you met them,
don't expect it now.
If you know, oh, hey, I'm an introvert when you met me, don't expect me to be going out with you every single Friday when you know that.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Love them for where they're at.
Love them for where they're at, because yes, we're supposed to change and stuff, but at the same time, there are rooted values and stuff in us, you know? And get into a relationship and try to strip someone of their values and of their character, that's not love.
That's where it comes to people picking. If you want a specific type of person, you have to get them. You cannot go out and find a person that you think you want, and then when they end up being what you don't need, you know what I'm saying, then you try to change them because you're like, oh, like, you don't have what I'm looking for. Then go look for what you want, damn it. You know what I'm saying?
This goes back to, someone told me this, I forgot who it was, but when they said it, it hit me. Because I'm one of those people, like I said, if I was like, oh, they think I'm cute, I need to be with them. They were like, you don't have to be with everyone that likes you.
No.
And I was like, what?
Wow.
I truly was like,
that's
what?
Real.
Wait a minute.
That's
if
real.
They like me, I don't have to show interest in them.
That's
what
real.
Do you mean?
That's real.
You know? So it's just so funny if you see in movies, someone's like, oh, I like you. Then they're like, no. And they eventually end up getting with them. So I'm like, that means that I have to show interest.
It goes to that friendship. Exactly. You know, building that friendship. That is so, to our generation out there, I don't know what we're called, Gen Z? Whatever it's called. Gen Y, D, I don't know. Whatever gen we are. Okay? I don't know.
I don't know.
Gen Y, something like that. I don't know. XY chromosomes. Who knows? Who knows?
Right.
We have to get to that point where we are okay with being friends with somebody first. Because those are the best relationships. Because you learn that person in a different light.
Yes.
You learn them for their worth. Yes. Because as a friend, you're willing to be more open with somebody. And this is why I always say, if you don't do that, people will be more apt to change. And you'll see a change in them when you actually do take that step toward a relationship. Because, for instance, they always, you know, when you talk about people that, you know, go from, you know, they meet each other, they start dating immediately, they don't become friends, and they get married. Yeah. Okay. They wonder why that person changed.
Yeah, they didn't change.
They didn't change. They've always been this person.
Right.
But you just didn't get to know them as deeply as you should have. Yeah. That's one thing I wish that I would have did in my marriage before I got married, which, I mean, things didn't work out because they weren't supposed to. But just looking back on it, it's like, if I wonder what would have happened if I had gotten to know old boy beforehand.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Better, you know? Would I have married him? Probably not.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I probably wouldn't have, because I would have learned some things about him, but like, nah, he probably gonna be like this when we get married. No, so really. Let me not, you know what I'm saying? Not saying people can't change when you get married and you don't expect it, because they can, for the better or worse.
Right. Okay.
But there were red flags, but I probably would have seen more red flags and said, run. You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like, despite with yourself, you're your realest and your rawest with your closest friends.
Yes.
Like, think about us. Lauren, she see me when I looked a mess. I've had little breakdowns with you, like real and raw. There's nothing. There's no secrets between us.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So to think if you had that with a partner before you committed,
the connection is that much better.
Oh my goodness, it's beautiful.
It's beautifl.
It's that's I know. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh no, because I just know that like there's that loyalty with us. You know, that's girl. I done got you started, huh? I done got you started, huh? Hey. That's that.
Yes. That's where I wanted to kind of go next, was the correlation between everything that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Relationships, friendships, love and loyalty. You know, in school, we had the little things that connect each other.
Girl, I'm talking about school.
Connect the picture to the sentence or whatever, you know.
The matching love.
Yeah. I want to match relationships and friendships to love and loyalty and how they connect. So really quick, when you think relationships, you think love automatically. You don't think loyalty, you think love. When you think of friendships, you think loyalty, right? Okay. So how I thought about this beforehand was there's a song called Overrated. It's by Blast. And he says, let me think of the lyrics. Let me make sure I got them right. Good Lord. He said, just give me loyalty because love is overrated. And I said, at first I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Right, don't say about love. It's overrated. What you mean?
Stop, not the face.
Girl, I was like, love is up. Nope. Blast is actually one of my favorite artists now because I dug deeper into what he was saying about just give me loyalty because love is overrated. When you think about love, it's an action, but because it can go, it's not as strong as loyalty.
Explain.
So you think about loyalty and you think about, I hate to use this analogy, but you think about gangs, okay? You think about a gang member. Once a crib, always a crib. That's loyalty. There may not be love for the gang and the streets no more. Nipsey, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Once a crib, always a crib.
Yeah.
He don't love the streets no more because he's not part of it. But his loyalty is still to because that's who got him where he, you know what I'm saying? That's where his loyalty was to. Still was. He still went back to his people. You know what I'm saying? It looked different. Yeah. But he still went back to his people, made sure they were straight. His loyalty was to them. Right. So when I started thinking about the song, I said, wow, that's deep. Because I want somebody to be loyal to me. Because when you have that loyalty, then the love comes easy. Exactly. The love comes easy because you have no problem loving me. Because at the end of the day, you're always going to be by my side. You know what I'm saying? That's so I'm like, powerful. Man. And when I thought about that, I said, Blast. Baby. You're on to something, boo. Because.
Speaking to the world.
So I said, maybe if more people thought about it like that, relationships would be different. They would. And going forward, I said, the next person that I'm with, love, okay, yes. But I want to know you got my back. If we go out in the field and somebody try to shoot at me, I want to know you're going to stand in front of me.
Exactly.
Straight up. Exactly. I want to know that you got my back. Maybe not stand in front of me. I want to know you're going to cock your gun just like I cock mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make sure you're going to empty the clip just when I empty the clip. I want to make sure that we riding together. Bonnie and Clyde. Straight up.
And it's not even physical either. Like, I want to make sure you have my back when I'm not in the room.
When I'm not in the room. Boy.
That's a deep one.
That's a big one.
That's a deep one. If you don't have my back when your friends are talking about me, when your family is talking about me, baby, we can talk about it when we get home, but right there, you got my back. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
When we are in front of your friends and they're talking about me, you have my back in that moment. We will go discuss it together later. Yep. You know? And that's the messy thing that so many people are getting in other people's relationships. All these outside voices are coming in.
Secluded relationships need to become a thing some more. Because A, B, C, and D should not be in my E, F, G. Okay?
Say it again for the people.
A, B, C, and D should not be in my E, F, G. I can't talk today, y'all. A, B, C, and D should not be in my E, F, and G. Because my E, F, and G is my damn business. Not nobody else's.
And that's on what? That.
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
There we go. But no, it's so true. I just feel like so many people are getting involved in others' relationships. And at moments, I think that's fine. I think it's fine if you offer advice, if you see them in a really harmful situation, right? I also feel like if they are asking you for your opinion, it's okay to give your honest opinion. Like, I don't think this is great, blah, blah. But if you were just constantly adding your 2 cents to someone else's relationship that you are not in. Right. Because let's be real, like, you're seeing an outside perspective. You are not in.
You don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going inside the relationship. You know. So I think it is good to have that support system that will tell you straight up,
no doubt,
and give you advice.
No doubt.
But it's also so important to know when to shut your mouth. It's so important. Like me and you, we've been through situations where we have people that will tell us about their relationships.
Right.
We've offered our opinions. They don't follow it. Okay.
That's on you.
As long as you're safe, I believe you're going to learn from this and grow from it.
Now, if somebody beating you up,
we won't allow that.
I got to step in. I'm sorry.
See, that's where it comes to those boundaries.
Exactly.
If you think that someone is in danger, mentally, spiritually,
whatever it is,
like physically, whatever, if you think that they are losing themselves and you're like, oh, you seem different, you don't seem like yourself, that's when you have the right to intervene, you know. But at the end of the day, that relationship is between that person and you, nobody else. No, because I'm with them at the end of the day. You're not. You know?
I mean, if you want to be with them, that's fine.
Oh, no, it's not. No, ma'am,
that's
fine. They're mine.
Come take on this challenge.
Stop. Relationships are hard.
They're hard.
Hey.
I say this. They're easy, but they're hard if you make them hard. There's an ease to a relationship, but they're hard because every single human makes it hard because we're naturally complex creatures, I believe.
We are. I agree.
So that's why they're hard. I don't think in a whole as a whole they're hard. I think that we make them hard because of all the different imperfections we have, because of all the impurities we have, all the things we think somebody should be that they're really not. You know what I'm saying? Trying to mold and shape people into what we want them to be instead of allowing God to mold and shape them into what He wants them to be, because that's the end goal. We shouldn't be, and that goes back to loving people to where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Accepted for when people come in my life, I look at you for who you are. I'm gonna love you from there. We're gonna grow together. Let's grow together. Because at the end of the day, I want to see you grow just as I see myself grow. You know, and your growth, me watching your growth is gonna help me grow because I'm seeing, okay, you're growing from this, you're doing this, and this. How it's an introspection. Okay, how can I grow? You know what I'm saying? What are they doing? That's you know, helping them grow that I can do to help me grow. You know what I'm saying? So let's grow together. Let's grow together.
And you know what that makes me think of, Lauren?
What?
The hardest relationship you're ever going to have is with yourself.
Boy.
The hardest relationship you are ever going to have is with yourself because you are so hard on yourself. Someone was talking to me because there are some days where I'm just so critical of myself. They're like, Courtney, what you just said to yourself, would you ever say that to me? And I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because I would have never said what I said to myself to them. And I would never allow someone to say to me what I said to myself to me. So I was like, why is it okay for me to bash myself?
That's why self-love is so important. That's why trying to learn and get that down pat is so important. That's why self-loyalty is so important. I think that some people don't even understand what self-loyalty is. At the end of the day, you gotta always have your back before you expect somebody else to have your back all the time.
Yourself your entire life, baby. Entire life. You gotta learn to love yourself. But let me try to clear this up. Yes, self-care days are a thing, but self-love isn't always about like bubble baths, like eating. Like, it's not always.
No. Let's say that again.
Like it's not always about the bubble baths. It's not always about the
chakra rocks.
Yeah, you know, like what self-love is so much deeper than that. It's hard. There are days where loving myself includes, Courtney, it's okay to cry right now. It's okay to lay on your floor, lay in your bathroom, shower, and cry right now. That's going to help you love yourself and realize you're a human. Everyone around you is a human. You can't be perfect because you weren't meant to be perfect.
That part. I think our culture has gotten so focused on the surface level stuff. Just and it's social media. I'm not gonna lie to you.
On that.
Social media is showing the positive sides of self-love. You know, you see, love yourself, and you see girls, you know, taking baths and stuff. Okay, yes. Bath time is amazing. Okay, bubble bath time is great. You know,
thank you, Jesus.
Throw on some candles, you know, get some bubbles going, you know, some music or whatever. Throw some Ari Lennox on. We're good. But at the end of the day, what are you doing in that time? You know, I think that's one of the things that people aren't showing is during the time that I'm in the bathtub, what am I doing to love myself? Because the bubble bath is not what's loving you. You know what I'm saying? It's, are you truly, genuinely sitting down and clearing your mind of the things that were hindering you that day. You know what I'm saying? Are you truly reading affirmations to yourself while you're, you know what I'm saying? Are you clearing your conscience? You know what I'm saying? That's the part of self-love. It's not the bubble bath. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, just giving yourself time to just cry if you need to cry. Giving yourself time to sit and do absolutely nothing.
Because we're so focused on being on the go. Since I was 12, I was involved in activities. I was in theater, choir, blah blah. So my mind was always occupied with something, to where I didn't have to deal with the other things in my mind. So I was chilling. But now, especially since the pandemic, where time has slowed and you really have to be by yourself, I'm like, oh, there's some things I'm not healed from.
Woo! Won't you say that again?
There are some things I'm not healed from, and I'm not healed from them because I was distracting myself, thinking it was coping, when in reality it wasn't coping. It was just pushing it farther back. And baby, it's here. Because it's always going to be back there if you don't deal with it.
Exactly. Wow. That's real. We don't handle the stuff that we need to handle, and that's why I think therapists are so important. Shout out to my therapist. Therapists are so important because they are the vessel that gets you broken. I hate to say it like that. They're the vessel, but they're the vessel that cracks you. They're the vessel that cracks you because we look like this.
Yes, ma'am.
We come to them looking like this in our heads. Okay, they come and they go boop boop just like that, and we crack. We break because we need to be broken to heal. You can't be taped back up if you perfect like this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And
but this ain't
like
perfect.
That. Nobody's
There's
like
dents and stuff all over this glass.
Exactly.
You can't see it. Camera view, you can't see it. But there's dents all over this.
Right.
So, you know, it needs to be cracked and broken and put back together so it can look new again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but love, loyalty, relationships, friendships. And a friendship you have to have in our relationship. We got that loyalty, but there's also the love. And it kind of comes, in friendships, it comes kind of after the loyalty thing, I think. But again, that comes easy to love because you have that loyalty. Exactly. Love and loyalty are one and the same. They're different, but they're one and the same. Relationships and friendships are one and the same. You know, they're different, but they're one and the same. So all those, and literally you take relationships, friendships, love, loyalty, you smash them all into one circle and you have this beautiful masterpiece that God has created. You know what I'm saying? And that's all of us humans. That's what that is. So we're all walking around with this want to love. I think, you know, people that say, oh, like, I don't love nobody. You do. You know what I'm saying? You have love. Exactly. I think all of us have a love in our heart. You know what I'm saying? Some people have more of a genuine love for people in general than others. Like I love people. I'm a people lover. So that can be negative because sometimes I'm people pleaser. Ooh. That's a different conversation.
Ooh, right. Ooh.
But I love people just for who they are. I had to grow to that though because it wasn't always like that. I was that teenager that's like, I don't care about nobody. F you, because I thought it was cute. You know, I thought it was cute. It's cute to have an attitude. Exactly, it's cute to look top.
It's not cute. I'm sorry, but that's not cute.
Testing.
Being toxic in a relationship is not cute. Stop promoting.
If you're 21 and you're toxic, if you're 25 and you're toxic, if you're 28 and you're toxic, don't get on social media talking about LOL, I'm toxic.
Right, I'm toxic.
Who want to be with me?
Right.
Not me.
That's not cute.
Get some help.
It goes back to the self-love. Your relationship with yourself, focus on that, grow that, build that, and then you won't be as toxic. Hopefully not toxic anymore.
If you're toxic, something's wrong with you as a person.
If you're okay with being toxic. Because there are some people that are toxic and genuinely don't know they're toxic based off like background, experience. No, it's true. It's true. You have to understand everybody has a story. But it is your responsibility to work through your stuff so that you are not projecting that onto others, therefore being toxic.
I think everybody has some toxicity in them.
They do.
But I feel like you know it. I feel like, and I say that because you know it, but you're not aware to it. There's a difference.
Okay.
Because when you, I can know something about myself, but I'm not aware that it comes out. Yeah. And so, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you can be toxic.
I see what you're saying.
If you've never been in a relationship, a good relationship, you can be toxic, but you're not aware that you're toxic in a relationship because you've never been in a relationship before. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's toxic, but like everybody knows that they're toxic. There's stuff that you do in a friendship. It could be the same toxicity that you have in a friendship. It come out differently in a friendship, but it's very toxic for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know that you're toxic. So I feel like people are toxic. Like they specifically toxic people. They know they're toxic. They just either don't know how to go about becoming untoxic. Okay.
It's real.
Or they know that they're toxic. They're just not aware of being toxic, you know, in different situations. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of a complex conversation.
Right. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, it's kind of complex.
It is. But kind of along with that, there's one last relationship I think that we should hit on. Family. Because whenever you were talking about toxicity, it just reminded me of the loyalty that a lot of people have in family, despite the toxic behavior. Yeah. You see, I remember growing up, my mom and like my family would always say like, "Oh, blood is thicker than water. You gotta stick by your family no matter what." And I'm very loyal to my family. As myself, I'm very ride or die for my family. But at the same time, there are some moments I'm still learning. Or I'm having to learn how to love them from a distance.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm realizing, I don't think that my siblings are like, people in my family are necessarily like toxic people. But there are traits that you're doing that are toxic to my growth.
Definitely.
And I don't need to be around that.
Definitely.
Right?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Right.
I used to be an enabler. And I didn't realize that because I was like, oh, I'm helping them by providing this. Right? Right. But I've had to have support and people tell me, Courtney, it's okay to say no. I said, what? It's okay to say no. And that goes for any relationship. I was like, the people pleasing. Yeah. We are taught that for relationships, like, oh, you got to say yes to this, you got to do this, you got to sell yourself short to make sure that they're okay. And that happens a lot in families. A lot. You know? Like, so for any relationship, I just want to say this. If it is not helping you grow or you don't see any positivity come out of it, cut it off. Cut it off. It's okay to cut it off. It's okay to take a break. Maybe you don't have to cut them completely out of your life. Yeah. But like I said, maybe you need to love them from that distance. Yeah. So.
And it doesn't come immediate either. I think with our generation, I want it now. And I see this in my own life. Sometimes I'm like, why are we not progressing as fast as we should? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, time is of the essence, but not really. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It is because you never know, but at the same time, it's like, why speed?
Why am I rushing?
Why am I rushing? In friendships, in relationships specifically, why do we get with someone? Okay, we meet somebody, they're super cool, you know what I'm saying? We connect, we vibe, but then it's like, immediately I want to be in a relationship. Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, it might be going that way, but it's like, can we just be cool?
Exactly.
Like, can we just be friends? You know what I'm saying? And it's hard because it's like, man, I just see so much potential in you and you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Yeah. But it's like, we got to slow down, take a step back. Like I always say, when you're up on stuff like this, you can't really see it. Your eyes is crossing and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You blinded. But then when you step back, I can see my whole hand. I can see the lines on my hands. I can see every single detail on my hand. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we all have to do in every relationship. You know, take a step back. Take a look at what is really going on. So then we can have the best relationship we can. I think that a lot of people don't have good relationships because they're just so stuck on the now. Right. You know, they're so stuck right here instead of taking a step back every single day. Yeah. It's not just up on it and then take a step back for a quick second and now you back up on it again. You know what I'm saying? You got to it goes back to like what you said. Love is a choice.
Yeah. And with that, I'm a firm believer in what's meant to be will be. So if you're meant to be with that person, even if you don't take a break, it'll happen. You know, like if y'all are supposed to be in each other's lives, whether it's, we were in a relationship and now we're just meant to be friends.
Exactly.
If they're supposed to be in your life, they're going to be in your life.
They will be there. If they're not supposed to be there, they won't be there.
They won't.
One thing this year that I told myself, and that I prayed and asked God, I said, God, please remove the people out of my life that are not supposed to be there. Because I want people in my life. I'm a people person, remember? Yeah. So I want everybody around me. I want everybody to have a good time. I want everybody to vibe. I want everybody to chill. But in reality, that's not the case. Yeah. So I often have to bring myself back to reality and slap myself and be like, Lauren, girl, not everybody gonna vibe like you want them to vibe. Everybody's not gonna vibe with you. Everybody's not gonna vibe together. Exactly. So the natural. If it's meant to be, it'll be. So I literally had this conversation with somebody the other day, though, because we were talking about just in general, like things happening as they are, you know? And like I said, I talked to God and was like, take those people out of my life that aren't supposed to be there, you know? And he has been. And it's crazy. It's people that I never expected. That's the worst part about it, is people that I thought I was going to be cool with for the rest of my life. And it really helped me take a step back and see that people are in your life for a season. You don't know what them seasons are for real, because I'm thinking that you're supposed to be in my life as my ace boon coon forever, and you're not no more, because that's not what God wants you to be. It's not a bad thing, but you're not supposed to be there. I asked God to do his thing, and he did it, and I'm thriving. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good because he's allowing me to do good without you. You know what I'm saying? If it was my own will, if I had pushed you out myself, probably wouldn't be doing the best, because it's like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Am I doing okay? No, I know that God did this, and he was the one that moved it out. So it's like, you know, that natural order to things, as far as that goes, is so true. Because forced relationships, I don't want it. I don't want it. No, because it's not authentic.
It's really not. It's not. But that's so beautiful how you were talking about how sometimes the people that need to leave your life are the ones that you feel like you're getting the most from at that moment. You know? Like, you know my current situation, how I just had someone in my life, and I thought, oh, we cool. Like, we real good. I made one mistake, and they dipped. Dipped.
Same here.
And I was like, wait a minute. Maybe that's God telling me they're not for you anymore.
Maybe they never were really for you from the beginning.
Because you know what about me is, I see the good in people.
Me too. I'm an optimist.
I see the good in people, and it's not always my best quality. Nope. So I'm like, oh, they hurt me back then. Oh, that's okay, because they're probably changed now. So I'm going to bring them back into my life. Oh, they're being good to me again, so it's cool. I did the right thing. Oh, they hurt me again? Wait. Wait a minute. It's a pattern.
Yeah.
They're going to do it again?
Yeah.
And I'm still going to... No. Because now I know. And it's okay to take time to realize all of this stuff. Like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
No.
We're not pretending to be perfect.
No.
We don't know everything.
No. Not all.
But we'll talk about things.
Sure will.
We sure will.
Sure will.
We'll talk. What's your favorite question? Why?
Why?
Why are you with them? Why do you like them?
Because if you can't tell me why, and I tell all my friends this, like, if you can't tell me why, then what's the point? Right. If you say, oh, I love them, and I come to you, why? And you can't immediately give me an answer, you don't love them. Yeah. You're just doing that. You're just saying, I love you, because either they said I love you first, and you feel the pressure. That goes to the conversation we were having earlier about women feeling that they have to say yes in a proposal. I feel like that's a big thing. Yeah. That we feel like we got to say yes when some dude proposes to us, or when a woman proposes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever way you may go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When whoever proposes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. If you do not feel comfortable enough within yourself, if you have any question in your mind, any question, and I'm talking about one question, not multiple. You even got one question in your mind about why you shouldn't. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I just don't know, because you're unsure within yourself. Right. I'm talking about if they give you any type of red flags, you know what I'm saying, that says, I probably shouldn't marry this person, follow it. We feel like we have to say yes. It's a pressure.
It's a pressure. It is a pressure. And I believe it was Tyler Perry that said, I don't remember the exact stages, but he was like, you should see... Before you get married, you should see that person in, I think it was like 4 stages. It's like when they're happy, when they're broke, when they're frustrated. And there was something else, but I was like, that's so true. It goes back to, do you even know that person? It goes back to the friendship. You know, like the person that I'm talking to right now, they've seen me having mental breakdowns. They've seen me when I'm joyful. They've seen me when I don't want to be here. Like, let's be real. They've seen me when I just did not want to be here. You know, and the fact that they were able to talk me through it, support me. I don't love them because, oh, you're cute. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're cute, but that's not why I have feelings for you. I have feelings for you because you've seen me at my best and my worst, and you've stayed.
Exactly. That's the part right there. And you stayed.
Because,
and I had this conversation with my mom because there was a situation before I got married. Mom kind of scared old boy a little bit. Kind of scared him, kind of approached him as a mother would, right off the bat. Right. I'm her baby, so she's like, And there was a situation that happened before that made her act like that, right. She's better now, but she's better now. But it's because I didn't tell her about the relationship, and so she felt, like I had betrayed her,
exactly,
right. But so she kind of made him feel uncomfortable, and he stayed in that. Now that was one of the things that blinded me. I'm gonna say that
it can blind you
because I was like, oh my God. Yeah. He stayed there because, and it was really a manipulative thing because he told me, he's like, any other man would have left. And so in my head, I was like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I wanted to point on, because you have to be careful. You got to be careful. Like, you just have to be careful in general. Because he came and was like, any other man would have left. You know what I'm saying? And, I stayed. And so in my head, I'm thinking, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right.
Anybody would have left.
Right.
But you stayed. So that I'ma stay. Because you stayed, I'ma stay. Not always. You know what I'm saying? Point. So while yes, when you have to look at the intentions of that person and say, okay, are you genuinely cool with this? Or are you doing this for a purpose, for a selfish reason? You know what I'm saying?
To use it against me.
To use it against me. And that's exactly what happened.
Yes, that's why it goes back to knowing that person, being friends. Like, because I know the person I'm talking about wouldn't do that.
Exactly. The intentions.
We were friends before we were interested in each other.
You know her, how she is as a friend. And normally how people are as a friend is how they are as a person. Yeah. And how they are as a person is how they're going to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It all ties together. That's why I feel like relationships, friendships, people don't really look at the distinction between that. But that's why there was a meme that I saw. There was a meme.
What are we, Gen Z?
Okay. There was a meme and it said, be best, oh gosh, what did it say? It was like, y'all, I'ma get it. Give me a second. I'ma get it. Oh my God. Yo, it was like, marry your best friend. It said something before that, but essentially it's like marry your best friend. It had a girl like twerking on her friend, on the dude.
Yeah.
And it was so cute because I'm like, oh my God, like, but that's genuinely what it looks like. Yeah. I want to be able to be at the, I'm not at the club, but like, I want to be able to be at a lounge or something, or a club, whatever.
Right.
And be able to have fun with you.
Your best friend, like, that's my best friend.
Yes. But at the end of the day, we still have a relationship when we get home as to, it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? We can still go out and have a good time. I'm not saying you got to twerk and, have fun. Yeah, but just be able to have fun. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Share like interests. One thing that I do want to say before we wrap up is it is important to make sure the person that you are with has interests that are like yours. And I say that because if you do not, there is going to be a conflict of interest. Okay? There's a conflict because, I'm going to use myself as an example always. Okay. I got with somebody who did not share much of anything with me. Yeah. But in my head, I'm thinking, oh, we can make it work because opposites attract. They do, but not in that way, in my opinion. Okay. Not in that way. Because here's the thing, what's going to end up happening, and this also goes with compromise. If you do find somebody that not everyone's going to share the same, let me clear that up. Not everybody's going to share the same interests as you to the T, okay? Right. But as far as goals and things like that, you cannot have somebody that just wants to be a bum for the rest of their life. And you're out here trying to get Jesus. Okay, you can't. No. That doesn't work. No. You cannot in your head think that you're going to change them to be this goal getter. Because, baby, if he wasn't a hustler before, he's not going to be a hustler when he get with you. He's not. Okay? A hustler is born. Yes. So you can't look at somebody on the street and, you know what I'm saying? If he just want to be a hobo for the rest of his life, just want to be a drug seller for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Most likely, that's what he has in his mind. That's what he's formed his character off of. That's what he's formed his personality off of. So you're not going to be able to change it. Yeah. He has to change it for himself. That's true. So you have to make sure that when you go out and you find somebody, you find that relationship or whatever, and friendships too. Yeah. That those people share Their people are like-minded. Let me say that. They're like-minded, you know?
It's true, because, like, when I think back on my exes, oh my gosh, I sound like I don't have a lot. But no, there was, like, one guy that I dated.
You gonna drink your wine? Because I'm finna drink it. It looks good.
I'm like, I'm gonna drink it. No, there was this one guy that I was dating, and he was very into the sports. And like I said, I'm not into that. I mean, I went to the games and everything. Didn't know what was going on. But no, anyone who knows me knows I'm very into fine arts. Like, I did speech and debate, choir, theater. Still very passionate about all of those. When I dated someone who was into those same things,
the connection.
And there's things that they like that I didn't like.
Thank you.
But because we had something that we were both so passionate about, and it was something that was high that we were passionate about.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It doesn't even have to be big. It could be one or two things that allows you just want to build that connection so deep that you can then not care about the other. Okay. This just came to me. When you build a connection that is deep, all that other stuff goes out the window because you're willing to compromise because you don't care about the other stuff, because you've built a relationship and a foundation off of something that matters to both of you guys. That's so deep.
Lauren, it was that word you just used, compromise. Let's focus on compromise, because a lot of people sacrifice instead of compromise. They get rid of something instead of talking about it and finding that middle ground. Then they resent that person. Oh, girl, don't get me started.
You want some, sis? Hold on.
Don't get me started now. They sacrifice parts of themselves instead of talking to their partner and being like, hey, listen, here's where I'm coming from. I know where you're coming from. Where's that middle ground? Right. You know? Like,
boy, that's lacking in a lot of relationships. That's lacking because we feel like we have to sacrifice.
Right. I gotta sacrifice my time. I gotta sacrifice going out on Friday nights because he doesn't want me to.
No, listen. And I've been there before. Let's talk on that specific thing. If you are a person that likes to go out, and you have a man that's a homebody, y'all gonna have to talk beforehand before y'all get in a relationship. You have to know. Be like, are you okay with me if the girls call me up and say, hey girl, let's go out, you know what I'm saying? Are you okay with me going and not calling me every 5 seconds, not calling me every time, talking about when you gonna be home, how long you gonna be gone, you know what I'm saying? Giving people space, but you can't give them space if you don't sit down and try to understand, because compromisation is understanding. So you have to get an understanding of that person in order to compromise. If you don't understand, understanding is compromise. It is compromise. If you don't understand that person, you can't compromise the correct way.
Oh my gosh, and it goes back to knowing them and being friends. Won't he do it?
Thank you.
Won't he do it?
Thank you. Hallelujah.
And with that being said, I think we need to wrap it on up before we start.
Because we're going to go into a whole, I think that next episode is going to be about compromise. Episode 2 going to be about compromise.
It's the intellect we have. This is how you know Lauren and I are very intellectual individuals.
We're deep thinkers.
We appreciate deep conversation. Yeah. You see, we hit on some topics that some people probably would have never talked about, probably never thought about. Yeah. And again, I want to reiterate, we are not experts. No. We don't pretend to be experts. I'm imperfect. No matter how much I don't want to be, I am imperfect. But we are just coming to you with knowledge from our experiences. Yeah.
That's really all it is. Experience, opinions. You take it for, what you want to take it for. Don't take it for face value. Right. Take what we say and use it for your own benefit. Because at the end of the day, everybody's different. Exactly. Ain't nobody perfect. Right. We're all human. Right. You know what I'm saying? One love. It's all love. It's all happiness. It's all peace. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We seek to reveal. Yes. You know?
And we come to what?
Expose.
And that's that.
But
thank y'all for joining us on episode 1, talking about relationships, friendships, love, and loyalty, and a few other things sprinkled in between.
Okay, sprinkled. All right now.
On episode 2, please come back and join us. Like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. Comment. Share with your friends. Comment, please. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. We love y'all, and come back for more truths.
Yes.
Bye y'all.